discuss how you spent your time during the lockdown period, how creatively you made the best use of your time during this particular period, especially when the entire world was on the run and everything was going smoothly for all of us. All of a sudden, out of the blue moon, the pandemic has thrown monkey wrench in plans of each person some way or the other and has given jolt to everyone. The world stood still for some time and compelled people to contemplate and ponder over as to how to keep the things on the go and moving in a novel way. But it is said that necessity is the mother of all inventions, that rightly fits in this time and context. And optimistic people, you must have seen, they thought in this fashion and then they started working in a very innovative way in a right direction, whereas others still were contemplating, cribbing, and sulking over the pandemic situation, being at their home and not doing much actually. Some utilize their time in a very productive way, whereas others just dribble away. So today we are going to discuss over the issue to send the idea, and you as a youth, you are the perfect example for us. All of you have done exceptionally well and have spent your time in a very, very creative way, very effectively, and channelized your energies in a very positive way. You are the group of people who have forged your way even in adverse situations and have become inspirational for many of us today. So, through this conversation and discussion, we would like to know about your experiences and would also ask you to share some tips for fellow folks so that they can learn something from your experience and write their own success story. So, starting with you, Manali, please let me know at the onset of pandemic, how did you react towards the situation as the situation was very uncommon and unprecedented?
Name is Lenadi Jain, and I am currently working as a DevOps engineer in Square Roots Private Limited. Enrolled in Earth so that I will learn something new, and I thought that okay, I will become a small kind of engineer, and then slowly, I will grow and then turn into cloud engineer. So I prepared this kind of thing inside my mind. But when I enrolled, and after some time, my mindset changed. I learned different technologies, Kubernetes, Ansible, Jenkins, and now I can say that the integration, practical knowledge, concepts, everything that Sir has given to us was amazing, exceptional. The pandemic, what I did was how to balance my day.
Hmm.
So balancing of day is really very important if you really want to do something, because we can't think like, yeah, at this time I can do this, yeah, and this kind, nothing will be going to help you. A disciplined day will be going to help you.
Rahul, please introduce yourself and also tell us about how you reacted during this phase of crisis.
Thank you. Okay, so my name is Rahul. So basically, currently I'm pursuing my master's degree in cyber security. I am in the final semester. Parallelly, I am working with one of the company which is known nowadays in India, that is Paytm. I work as a DevSecOps engineer, and I am deployed in Bangalore office, where I take care of lot of security things. So this is the basic introduction regarding to me. So now during the lockdown, like during the lockdown period when it started, parallelly there a lot of things were happening. First, people were losing their job. People were migrating to their native places. There was a lot of people, they were not happy, they were starving, and a lot of things happening. So that time, instead of my all the friends were moving to their native, I stayed in Bangalore. I enrolled myself for the master's degree. I was looking for a job. So a lot of things were happening to me, and parallelly I was going through the lot multiple interviews. But I was good at security, but I was not good much of the technology which has to be implemented. I know how to crack, I don't know how to patch. So these all things were happening. So I was just looking for I know to break the things. I need, but I should be the person how to fix the things. Also, I need to give the recommendation because no one is going to accept me. How you can break, how you can fix for us. So I thought like, hey, from where do I learn how to fix the things? And I got to enroll myself, learn those things. So that time, like during the lockdown, there was a trend of work from home, and work from home brings lot of security issues because we can't ask our all employees to shift, and there is a VPN issue. Lot of things we can't say our company's infra to set up your home, and that to migrate and asking people to join from the personal laptop. You can't ask the personal laptop to I will put all the controls on your personal laptop. So this was a very big issue going on, and that is the time when all the hackers got activated. They that during the pandemic, most of the companies were getting breached. Most of the company database was getting breached. Either a small scale company, large scale company, every company was getting hacked. So that was the time when the security was very much in demand. And person and the security till nowadays, there is a if there is a 100 requirements, we find only two skilled person as a ratio. So that time I wanted myself to let me learn all the technologies. Parallelly, my master's degree was going on. People were losing the job. I was searching for a job, and I was knowing only to take the things. So parallelly, after enrolling, after getting some learning from him, I went for the interview, and there is a profile in the security called DevSecOps, DevOps plus security. So this is the first term I heard in my master's degree on the first day. To be a DevSecOps, you need at least 4 to 5 years of experience because you need to learn DevOps plus security. That takes 6 years minimum. So I told like I will be DevSecOps after 6 years because of the way Vimal Daga has given me the knowledge, the way he has solved the use cases. I was able to get the DevSecOps within 6 months of time. And I don't know the exact number, but it was more than 80 candidates whom was rejected, and I was hired. And later on, I figured it out that the job was for 4 years six candidate, and I was able to clear. I thought like it is a fresher job.
Recently, you must have seen how people were duped by a fake website, and but they just, without knowing about the credentials of the site and the source, they just kind of invested the money onto that, and they were duped later. So there are so many things that need to be addressed. And moving to now Harvinder. Harvinder, please tell us something about yourself, and also that during this pandemic situation, how you found this situation to be very challenging for you.
So first of all, thank you. My name is Arvinder Singh, and I am a system engineer trainee at Tata Consultancy Services now. During this pandemic, I was in my in sixth semester. We were asked that you have to leave you have to leave the hostels now, and you have to go back to your houses as there is a pandemic breakout in the country. So placement season was on. We were all of us, all me and my roommates, all were tensed. What to do now? What will happen? Will the placement receive? Will we get placed or anything else? After we moved to our houses, we moved to our homes. After around 2 or 3 weeks, we started receiving that companies are coming now. But the filtration level, the filters they put on the percentage criteria and everything, the percentage from 10th class, from 12th, from your from your CGPA, as well as, but they didn't see the resume. They were not on seeing the resume. The filters were on the education level at campus placements. So people who got chance to sit in placement drives, their first rounds, most of us were learning C++ from 2 years is in our colleges, but when it came to hands-on, the language they asked were JavaScript or Java, and some of were Python. Very little companies were there with C++. So then, so when this lockdown started, I started learning Docker from the IIC channel with which Vimal sir started. Vimal sir started. I started with Dockers. I moved to IIC dot. It was the first workshop on machine learning. I was fascinated by machine learning from my second year only. I have also a research paper on machine learning from my second year. Starting with this AI workshop, we moved towards MLOps. MLOps was a fascinating term for me. I took this training first. This was the first live training I took from Vimal sir, and this was MLOps. After that, we moved to DevOps assembly lines, and then it was hybrid multi-cloud. All these trainings finished, and suddenly, as I had become a part of IIC. That moving, I enrolled for Earth, and learning technologies from Earth. It it has blasted my mind. I can do anything. I can achieve anything now.
Great.
Then I interviewed for Tata company. Was about DevOps, machine learning, and cloud. They were asking all of the three type of questions to me, and I was able to deliver every answer precisely and correctly. They were all happy. They were all happy with my interview. In at that moment of time, they were told that you are selected. Arvinder, you are selected for this. Before and after that, till last month, I was having three more offer letters other than TCS, but I joined TCS because of the values.
So I'll come to you now, Rajit, give me a brief introduction about yourself and how the situation was like, how you were taken aback with the situation, how it was so challenging for you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It is nice to be here and present to you all. So, my name is Rajit Paul, and I'm a trainee cloud engineer at Workmates Code to Cloud, which is AWS partner organization. So, I would start with I was doing my masters, and I was in studying Lovely Professional University. So, when the pandemic hit and we all came back, we did not know that it is going to be for such a long time. And when we came back, actually, that moment I did not have a clue about what was going on, and we had to figure some things out, like what we should do with our career and how we should proceed. So at that point of time, I would say that while coming back from the industry, the process was going on, the placement procedure were going on, and in that procedure, I did not feel that kind of enjoyment that I felt later while I came to know about Linux world and while I came under the guidance of Vimal sir. So it was more, it was more like getting prepared for a job, and that too, like not of any profile, but just in general getting prepared for a job. So when I came back from the pandemic and I was in my home, and I was actually a student of Vimal sir before the pandemic hit. So I was part of IIC Rice, where sir taught about RHCSA, and then when I came back, that process was going on. So I continued that, but at the end of and at the end of the day, in the back of the mind, I had a thought that how should we proceed? Like, what should we do in this point of time? So, sir released a few more other programs such as machine learning with DevOps, and I enrolled for that program. And then I started to see the change in me. Like there was a process before which was more aimed at getting a job, but that process was not aimed at learning. So I did not see that approach in me that whenever I sit down to do some task, to do some project, I'm doing it for the love of learning. I'm not doing it just to get a job. So that immense change happened after joining Vimal's program. And I continued through other programs such as DevOps, hybrid multi-cloud, and so on and so forth. And while doing this program, one of the main important factor I would say that got I could express in that way was like after joining Earth. So Earth is one of the revolutionized program in India where sir brought down all the technologies, all the package that a student needs to have to be at that level in the industry and to be recognized at the same time. So landing this core profiles, being a fresher, I would say that as Rahul mentioned is very difficult. But with the tools that sir provided, it is very efficient, and if we like put the time and the dedication, it is possible, and we are an example of that.
And I would ask Ritesh to introduce himself and
Yes,
also to share his experience.
yes. My name is Ritesh, and I am from Hyderabad. I study in Jaipur. My college name is Vivekananda Global University, and I am pursuing my second year. I mean, the exams are going on now. After the completion of that, I'll be going to third year, and I'm studying robotics engineering, and I'm passionate about computer science. I got an internship in Blue Planet Solutions, which is a US company, and it has a branch in Pune as an intern, DevOps intern. Now it is a free internship, ma'am, and that's it, ma'am. I am continuing in that, and it is going well.
You introduced yourself so beautifully, and you also told us about the difficulties and the challenges that you were facing in the time of pandemic. So now I would like to know from you how creatively you spent this difficult time, and whether you just wasted it, you kept worrying about the situation, kept cribbing about it, or you actually did something creative and channelized your energies through by doing something nice and good. Yeah, Manali, I would begin with you again.
Yes. So something that I did to nourish myself, to make my body healthy, that is yoga. Secondly, I try to make my mind really creative. So I am really good in art and craft. So I did that. Thirdly, I love food. I'm foodie. So I usually do baking and eat a lot. So I was thinking that how I am sitting at home and how I can help people. So there, Vimal sir started a community known as IIC Dot, where sitting at home, I can help much and more people, whatever they need, oxygen cylinder, food, or money, or anything. So I was very happy throughout that time that I am saving someone's life. So all these things were very much about me. Also, one more thing that I do that is kind of funny thing, but what I do to make my mind funny and energetic. The way Dayaben dance, I used to do that, and
Okay.
this really gave me a energy, full of energy. So this is the one thing that I used to do. Thank you.
Okay. And did you also enhance your skills and learn some new technologies and learn something new during this time? Some online course or something else?
I learned Docker, cloud technology, that where I am very much interested in, and Kubernetes, Jenkins, DSA, machine learning, web technology like HTML, JS, and Flask, Python, and multiple technologies I learned, and also only learning can't help, must do the integration, because integration is the primary thing that is required in the engineers field. So this is the thing that I did.
And are you happy with the culture, work from home culture, which is evolving or evolved like anything now? And companies have, in fact, extended this pattern of work for their employees, and you never know that it might continue even when we are out of the pandemic phase. I mean, did you enjoy the work from home culture, or if given an opportunity, you would like to go to your office and work at office?
Work from office is the place where how our communication skills improve, how our personality improve. But what I prefer is work from home, because I love spending time with my family. So if I am getting my family and my office same at the same place, so it is great for me.
I hope your office doesn't have problem with this. That you love your family. That's why you prefer to work from home, and their work should not suffer because of that, isn't it? So I hope
Yes,
you are
actually,
maintaining the perfect balance between your work and family while you are
yes,
working from home.
Yes, for sure. Actually, because of this reason that I love my family, I took the company that is not so far from my home, so I can come anytime at my home and enjoy the day.
Lockdown was like everyone was working from home. Even my cook went to work from home.
Hmm.
So I don't have any option left. I love cooking, but I hate washing utensils. So uh, the thing is, I was missing my cook. So I tried cooking one time a day so that I can manage the other way. That was the one thing I was hating, and I was missing my cook. Second thing, completely, I got a very good chance to keep myself like at least 14 to 15 hours to learn without getting any disturbance because no one can come, neither I can go. So
Hmm.
I utilized time very well because like once you get into system, you just love keep name. I will break it, I will get it things done, and then I will get out. So security is the way where you will get something new to learn every day,
Hmm.
very different. So sometimes to test my skills whether I am learning in the right way, I did something mischievous also. I tried ordering from XYZ applications so that to see whether I am able to not misuse. I can try playing some tricks, and that tricks work very well. And then I was feeling okay, my learning is going in a good phase. But later on, I reported them saying that this is a bug in your system. Please patch it, otherwise someone may can exploit it. So these all things were happening parallelly. I learn to cook lot of other things also. Whenever I get bored, go into kitchen because sometimes I work in kitchen, I work in bedroom. Anywhere it was full mix. I was missing my I like even my uh, laundry, everything I was missing because everything got messed up. No one wanted to be hard. You should come. So I was like, okay, let me manage. Then I learned the laundry can be done by ourselves, cooking can be done ourselves. So actually, everything can be done ourselves, and we should have the skills. We should not be dependent upon anyone's key. This work is for that person. This work is for that person. It is our duty to make sure key everything skills we should know so that in any situation we can adapt. We can make our skills utilize. We should not be dependent and dying without food,
Hmm.
so that all things happen parallelly, a lot of learnings. So and whole night I was not sleeping because I was sleeping in daytime,
Hmm.
so it was going on.
So you were very focused on skilling,
Yeah,
skilling
more
and
focused. Yeah,
learning, be it in the
yeah,
kitchen or be it the work related, skills, the professional skills. You were
yeah, I was.
learning all
Yeah,
those. You were studying, you are in Jaipur.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what all problems you faced and how you continued your studies and what were the challenges like which you overcame and
Uh,
still you managed to remain creative during this tough time?
I went in Jan, and I have stayed in the college just for 2 months. In the March, they said that yeah, the COVID is increasing, cases are increasing. We would give you we would close the college for 10 to 15 days. You
Hmm.
can leave to your home. Then I came home and I stayed in home. Then after that, it was a complete lockdown. It had a complete lockdown. Then I had a technical knowledge. Basically, I'm a robotic engineering, right? I'm a robotic engineering student, right? I have a basic knowledge and basic to advanced level knowledge on IoT projects like IoT projects and microcontrollers, microprocessors, and many of those things. And when I came home, I it was boring just for 2 months, and I was attending the college classes, and I was remaining idle in whole day. Then I started a research on building drones. Then building drones and how to do what are the uh, processors used, what are the motors, that all that. And when the lockdown was ended and slowly shops were opening, and I went to a place in Hyderabad where I get all these parts, and I bought all that parts and assembled and made a drone, made two drones of using different processors. Then after that, I don't know what to do again. Then, as if I said, one of my senior recommended me Arth, and I joined it, and I was continuing in there.
Great. That's really inspiring. That's really nice. You are studying right now, learning things, and still you were able to create,
Yes, ma'am.
such innovative inventions. Congratulations to you for that, Ritesh. Amazing
Yes,
work
ma'am.
that you did. And Rajit,
Thank
what
you, ma'am.
about you?
So I would say that the lockdown was complete sudden as for me as for everyone. So first few days I spent just to figure out things that what to do and how to proceed with this kind of situation. After that, I was already a part of a community. I've always been part of a community in my university because I love to meet new people, share what I know, and contribute to the community and to others' learning as well. So while I was in my home and it was completely locked down, we figured out ways, different ways in which we can actually continue the work of the community and we can contribute to the community. So in that scenario, as Earth was also going on, and I was also part of various other programs of Vimal sir. So along with that, I figured out ways that I was actually I brought out a schedule in my day where I started the day with yoga in the morning, which actually helped me be alert through the entire day and also be rejuvenated. So I was a technical volunteer in Earth, and I was a community member of AWS Cloud Community LP, which is the AWS Cloud Community in our university. So through that, what I did was I invested my time in sharing what I know. So that in turn helped me a lot actually to gain perspective of am I a good learner? Because if you're a good learner, you can be a good teacher. And if you teach someone, you share something with others, actually your learning is your learning it stacks up. Means I want to say that I face a lot of students, while sharing, some may understand a different way, some might understand the other way. So actually I was catering to a lot of people, a lot of students, so in that way I got a lot of angles to my own learning. So that helped me a lot in the process. And I would say that another aspect of me that I learned during this lockdown was being a volunteer in various other activities, such as being for Isha Yoga Foundation, or the community that Vimal sir created, the ISC community. It helped me actually a lot to share with other people and to help others in this pandemic time. The situation was that we could not go out of the house, and but Vimal sir and from the Isha Yoga Foundation, we found a possibility that staying in our place, we could do something for the other people, and that motivated us a lot in this pandemic time. That we, being at our home, we can do something for others. So that helped me a lot actually in this process in the lockdown.
What I feel that technology also paves way for social upliftment. There are things through technology that can be created or invented, that can help people in a long run through artificial intelligence only. So, Rajit, did you also think of creating something on the similar lines?
Yeah, I was actually a part of one of the workshops that was aimed at this by Vimal sir, which was ISC the first workshop, where we learned tools on how to create things that would help others in the pandemic. Starting with like machine learning algorithms that would detect the patterns in the lungs, and in that way it could see that if you are affected by COVID, or if you are prone to be affected, or if your lungs are affected. And alongside that, we had a lot of projects regarding the drones. So we invested our time, but in my learning journey, I would say I was more invested in cloud
Hmm.
and not in the other data science or machine learning. So I did not build any kind of that tool, but I definitely invested my time, and we in a team started doing things like that to help others using machine learning and AI.
Now, I want to come to Harvinder. Harvinder, please share your story.
Starting with my pandemic journey, as I returned to house, my home after 3 months, I was not doing any kind of exercises or any kind of workout. I concentrated on food.
Hmm.
I I gained around 6 to 8 kgs of weight.
Wow.
I gained
Wow.
this one thing. First thing which I gained is
So
weight.
you
Second
right
thing,
now you are maintaining that weight, or you have shed off those pounds, those extra pounds?
After that lockdown, I joined the gym. I had to join the gym
Okay.
and start working out.
Hmm.
And now I'm shredding out all the weight, extra
Hmm.
weight.
But now gyms are all closed again.
I'm doing a workout my place only.
Okay.
Yes. And the
Good.
second thing I started was it was a Docker workshop. I started building my technical skills.
Hmm.
Also, as well as I started working on my coding part also.
Hmm.
I I started with Docker.
Hmm.
It was I think in March. It was
Hmm.
in March, and then from mid of the from April we enrolled in a workshop of MLOps.
Hmm.
After that, when April ended, in on 27th April, I guess,
Hmm.
the DevOps class was also started.
Hmm.
After the DevOps finished, we started with hybrid multi-cloud. When
Hmm.
hybrid multi-cloud finished, we started with Flutter. And
Hmm.
after Flutter finished, the Earth started.
Hmm.
Now it's been almost a year me learning technologies and everything,
Hmm.
building my own skills.
Hmm.
Other than learning these technologies, I
Hmm.
was involved in I was involved in some social kind of work, you can say.
Hmm.
Me and my uncle, both of us went to people's houses and did
Hmm.
sanitizations
Hmm.
for free.
Okay.
And and what else we did? We also made a sanitizer dispenser, that
Hmm.
the pump kind of thing,
अच्छा.
which you press with your foot. And yes, we created that.
मुझे आप सब एक एक लाइन में सिर्फ बताइए कि इस सिचुएशन के बाद आप लोगों का पर्सपेक्टिव कैसे बदला है, क्या आप लोगों के मतलब एक ओपिनियन में बदलाव आया है जिंदगी को लेकर, लाइफ को लेकर, हाउ योर पर्सपेक्टिव हैज चेंज टुवर्ड्स द लाइफ. यस मनाली.
One goal that I have decided in my life is to open an NGO, because this is the primary thing that I think uh, that I should work on. Because if I want to help people, NGO is the one of the thing that can help people a lot.
About you Rahul.
I just learned one thing. It's like a giving back. Whatever you get from the community, you give back to the community. If you
Life is unpredictable.
I
You
was
should
about to
never leave
say.
something to tomorrow.
Hmm.
You should never leave something to tomorrow. You
Hmm.
have today. You have to work today. You have to grab the opportunity in front of you and think about it later what to do.
This challenging situation and this pandemic taught me one thing, that we should give immense focus in increasing the quality of our own life and the life of others, so that if any of the challenges come, we are well equipped to face it. So, along with fixing all the other issues, we should give importance to our life as well and be equipped for a situation like this.
और रितेश का नजरिया कैसे बदला है लाइफ को लेकर.
मैम मतलब in my perspective, life is nothing but learning and sharing to others whatever we learn.
सो स्वीट. वेल सेड. तो बहुत अच्छा आप लोगों ने बताया. टाइम अगर होता तो मैं कुछ और भी डिस्कशन आपसे करती, शायद मैं टिप्स पूछती कुछ आपके फेलो स्टूडेंट्स के लिए या एस्पायरिंग आईटी प्रोफेशनल्स के लिए, बट वील सेव दैट फॉर अवर नेक्स्ट सेशन व्हेनेवर वी हैव इट. And thank you so much. You all were very wonderful. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
being
much, ma'am.
part of this
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
conversation
much, ma'am. Thank
and
you.
sharing your
Thanks a lot.
experiences, your story, your journey, the challenges, and the inspiring ways how you combat those challenges and how you overcame those difficulties and emerged like a winner. So, congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much.